Hello guys, welcome back. Hopefully everybody out there is keeping well. So, can you make 100% return in 5 hours? The answer is yes, if using leverage, of course. So, the last 4 weeks I've been experimenting with smaller trading accounts just so I can bring out what my findings to you guys and tell you what went right and what went wrong, because I know a lot of traders, when they enter this industry, that's what they'll start with, is a small trading account. So yesterday I turned 510,000 in 5 hours. And of course I was able to do that because I was able to use leverage, and the broker that I was using allowed that. So previously, before this attempt, I had wiped out a 250 account. And the previous attempt, another 250 account. But the first attempt, I had made 100, I turned 150 into 1,200, I believe. And I shared that video on YouTube somewhere, which I'll leave in the description. So I was trading the same way. Nothing changed, and I shared my trading style with you guys in the last 3 videos. But the tactics that I was using was the reason I got to do well in the first 2 accounts. And the second and the third that I wiped out, I changed tactics. And I want to explain this to you because it's very important, guys. So here is what we did in this account. Let's just go over the 500 account from yesterday. In this, guys, we turned to 510,000. So I started with 500. Now I could afford 5 contracts of the US tech, which is the NASDAQ. For a lot of you watching here, I was trading futures. Futures is basically just a reflection of the stock market. Wherever the stock market goes, futures will follow. So futures, guys, is leverage products. Where I'm from, I'm able to do that, of course. For a lot of you from the US, you also have an opportunity to trade the same way if you look outside the US for forex brokers. So here is the thing. We started with 1 contract. We moved on to 2 contract, 1.5 contract. And here's, guys, here you can see my profits were so little, right? And that's because I wanted just to test the waters. My losses were also little. And here's the first lesson, guys. In this account and in the first account, I was actually using hard stop losses, which means what I was doing is, if I notice that I'm in a bad trade, I will actually go in and put a manual stop loss. All right? So I will fix it. So it's not a mental stop loss where you think, okay, I'm going to get out here if it goes against me. No, I was actually putting it manually and saying, this is the loss I'm willing to take. Execute the trade and take my loss immediately. So I was keeping my trades and my losses to a minimum, because I know if you're a good trader, you're gonna have ups and downs, but the ups will be more than the downs, and that's how you can become profitable. So that's only on bad trades where I used a hard stop loss. On good trades where I actually caught a good entry, I didn't bother using the stop loss because I knew this was going to go in my favor. And matter of fact, I even doubled down on that trade. But I also knew that, yes, I have a calculated loss that I have to take. So bad entry means you enter, let's say, a short position before a rejection, and you enter halfway. That's a bad entry. Make sure to put your stop losses and make sure they're tight. Taking small losses will save your trading account, guys, especially for scalpers. So the second thing I learned here, guys, is playing the offensive before the market opened is when I grew my accounts. The first account and the second account, the last account, which was yesterday's 510,000. I was playing offensive pre-market. Before the US market had opened, I was playing offensive 5 hours before. Because futures are 24/7, I'm able to trade, guys, and trade based on the speculation. And every trader is looking at the same chart. So all the resistance, the supports are being respected because there's nothing influencing it. Traders are in control here. It's not the stock market. Because what you got to understand with futures is, once the market is open, the stocks will influence the behavior of indices and futures. So because the market wasn't even opened, the trader was in control here. Of course, and the news. But the moment market was open, the volatility increased. So here's the perfect time of day for you guys to trade. It's 7 a.m. UK time. to 12 p.m. UK time or 1 p.m. UK time, because at 2:30 p.m. UK time, the US market will open. On market opens, let the first 30 minutes go. Do not trade the first 30 minutes, US or European. Let it go and come back when things have formed a structure for you, and volatility has slowed down. That way, you still make profit, but you don't wipe your account and risk wiping your account, which is what happened in the second account and the third 250 account. I was trading market opens. So build up your account pre-market. Once market open, play the defensive. Defensive means if you were trading with 5 contracts of the NASDAQ or the Dow Jones pre-market, that was your offensive. That's when you grew your account. Of course, you still want to trade because you want to itch. You're itching. You're like a junkie. So defensive, you lower contract size. Now you trade with 1 contract. You still trade. You still make money. But your losses, when you're wrong, are going to be minimum. And you don't risk blowing the small account. And that's how you grow that account, guys. And of course, small wins added up, right? I wasn't going for home runs here. So another thing I learned, guys, is sizing up my position. A lot of you would start with 100 account. Now, yes, guys, you can trade with 100, and you could do that because where you're from. Of course, a lot of people from the US don't have such luxury to be able to trade with small accounts. But trading with like 100, and then you can only afford 1 US tech contract, and your maximum loss is €30 pounds before you get a margin call. That's stupid. There's no point. There's no point of even risking the 100. Just save up to grow your account so you can have enough room. You see that I started with 1 contract and a 500 account because, well, I was happy with that. I'm comfortable with 1 contract and a €500 account. So when I had made a loss, I would have made a smaller loss, but I would have recovered it. And if you have the time, then don't rush it. It could take you longer than a month to even do the same results that I did. I just was aggressive, right, in my trading later on. I was using 5 contracts, 6 contracts, and only taking 10 points per trade. That's why I was able to grow it quickly in 5 hours or less. But similarly, growing it slowly also works, just a longer time frame, and you don't risk blowing the account. So make sure you withdraw profits so you don't risk oversizing. A lot of you need to learn to do that, guys, is the moment you grow your account, the moment you grow your account and double it, take the money that you made back to your bank account, have it as a reserve if you wish, just in case if anything happens to this account, and go again. And that way it protects you from you, because if you're used to trading with 5 contracts, let's say, now suddenly you can trade with 10. And you're not ready to trade with 10 because you're not ready to take a 100 pounds euro loss per trade. So avoid doing that. Always withdraw your profits, guys. That way you go back and restart the program once again from the beginning. You are not ready to trade with the money that you use to grow. Of course, you're already getting 200 leverage, so just imagine what happens with a bigger account. Of course, if you're experienced, this video this advice is irrelevant to you guys, but for beginners, this is what you need to do, is withdraw your profits so you can secure it and even feel accomplished that you're actually making money. And that's it, guys. Nothing else that I did was a secret here. Tighter stop losses on bad trades, and I knew there were bad trades. And you will tell they're bad trades over time because you mess up your entry. At the end of the day, the better the entry, the less risk you carry, the tighter your stop loss will be. And you don't even have to use a stop loss sometimes if you have a good entry. Withdraw profits. Play the offensive before market open. That's when you grow your account, and play the defensive during market open. That's when you kind of make slow money. And even if you lose a little. Now, if you want to trade market open, then avoid trading the first hour, 30 minutes of market open, because that volatility will slow down eventually and a direction will be given. That's how I was able to turn this 500 into 1,000 in 5 hours, just using these principles. And this is how you can do the same, guys. Take the small money, the small trades will add up. I had made about 50 trades to make that account up. Of course, I had made money, gave some of it back, made money, gave some of it back. But if you're a good trader, the trend is upwards. And that's me done, guys. See you soon. Peace and love. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this. Look at the description for some resources. Other than that, I gotta go. Peace.